Well, look, you guys, here's what I'd like to do. I would like to open the call to questions and answers, but before I take any questions at all, I'd like to invite the president on the call. I see he's come in on the back line or on the audience line. So, Janine, if you could unmute the president. Mr. President, I don't know when you came into the call. Looks like you came in a little late. We have laid the foundation to try to give some feedback here about what we're seeing with this Drake fellow who's got out on the internet and given an appearance of speaking the Republic's message, but denouncing you and denouncing the Republic and everything we're doing. So I'd like you to respond, if you could, and give us updates on whatever's on your heart. And then, time permitting and your availability permitting, I'd like to just open it up for questions and answers for folks to really get clear on the separation of what it is that where the truth is and where the error lies. So good evening, Mr. President.
Hello, Robert. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to the people, and I appreciate Ron and Donna and your comments very much. This is the first time that I've heard that I owe Terry an apology, so if you're listening, Terry, I apologize for anything that I've done to offend you. I'm not aware of anything that I've done, but if I have and you make me aware of it, I'll certainly publicly apologize to you. Believe me, I have no pride left. I have been stripped of all pride. I never considered myself a real proud man, but I have none left. I've been stripped of all. So it doesn't bother me to apologize to you if I've offended you in some way. I really don't mind doing that at all. The bottom line here, folks, is I don't know Mr. Wilcox. I don't know Drake. I know Terry. I've talked with Terry a number of times, but really don't know Terry well. I just had the opportunity to meet Mary Hyler and had a conversation with her just last week. First time I've ever met her as far as I can remember. Seemed like a nice lady. And she's been involved in all this business as well. But I don't hate these people. I don't hate these people. They're misinformed. I think they've got some wrong ideas, bad information. I believe they're being manipulated by agents of the de facto. I absolutely believe that. I don't know who those agents are, but I believe that's what's going on here. I think that they're just being used. And I feel sorry for them because they're going to lose. The bottom line is the nation-state idea, it can't work. It will not work because there is no foundation in law for it. The one thing that I do know is law. I know law very, very well. I know how law works. I understand how law is created and where it gets its authority and how law is structured. And that's something that God blessed me with. Not because of my brain or intelligence. It's because God gave me the ability to understand it. And He did that so we could guide this process of this republic. And I'm certain of that. But anytime you have a law that is superseded by a new law, as the Articles of Confederation were when they were superseded in 1791 by the Constitutional Republic, by the Founding Fathers, in a lawful vote, it's very well documented. The Articles of Confederation have been abolished at that point. They don't exist anymore. Whether you liked them or whether you didn't like them has nothing to do with it. It has to do with the law. Anytime a law is superseded, it is no longer in effect. The Constitutional Republic has never been repealed. It has never been abolished. We have never done away with it. It was always there. It was just uninhabited, and we moved back into that structure and re-inhabited the offices of that republic, and we did that lawfully. We've done that across the nation. We have a quorum of states. We are a lawful government. The people that are out here in the nation-states movement that are filing documents in The Hague, I honestly believe this with my whole heart. that these people are being manipulated by agents, and I do believe that these people will be arrested. I know they're being investigated by the FBI already. I know they are, because I've had friends call me and told me about the visits, and they asked specific questions about people who used to be in the Republic and now have joined the nation-states movement and are sending documents to The Hague. In fact, one of my friends that I know very well, had been with me since the beginning, before this Republic, he told me, he asked me, he said, are these people in trouble? And the guy from the FBI said, yes, they probably are. He said, but we're not concerned about the Republic, the group that Tim Turner has. We have no quarrel, we have no problem with what they're doing. But this group called the nation-states, we have a real problem with. It's because they have no foundation in law. And I understand that they're talking about they have military support. Well, I'm going to answer that question. I want you to answer this for yourself. What oath did the officers in our military in this country take? Did they take an oath to the Articles of Confederation and individual nation-states, or did they take an oath to uphold the laws of the Constitution of the Republic for the United States of America? Well, I can tell you that everybody on this call knows the answer to that question. The U.S. military took an oath to the Constitution and to the Republic on which it stands. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, not individual nation states. They did not take an oath to that, and they will not abandon their oath to support it. That is a guarantee. It will not happen. The people that are talking these things are ignorant concerning law, or they're just outright not telling the truth. And I don't know which. I'm not accusing them of lying. I'm just saying what they're saying is not true. They may think they're telling the truth, but if they are, they're very ignorant concerning law. The people in the United States military will support this Constitution. They will support the Republic because that's what they swore an oath to do. But they will not support nation states. Another issue that I was told just today, that some of the nation states are trying to make treaties with one another. That is absolutely forbidden in the Constitution. They can't make treaties with one another under the Constitution. So I don't know where they think they stand in law, but they have no legal standing whatsoever. There's a couple of gurus out here teaching this foolishness, and they're absolutely wrong. They are absolutely ignorant concerning the law. They don't understand the law, and what they're teaching is going to get people in trouble. This republic will stand because it has a good legal foundation. The nation-states project will not stand because it has no legal or lawful foundation. And with that, I'll yield the floor, Robert, and let me say one other thing first. Sure. I have asked that Mr. Wilcox, Mr. Drake, and Terry Hinkle attend an open radio debate with me. That'd be 3 against 1, but I believe I can handle it.
Praise the Lord.
Well, excellent. I mean, that's
I've not got an answer back to see if they'll do that on Mr. Wilcox's show. I don't have any, like I say, I don't have any hate and discontent for these people. I don't even know these people, really. I don't understand why they feel they have to trash me because they don't know me. They've never met me. But anyway, they do. And if it takes apologizing to Terry for whatever it is I've allegedly done to her, I'll be happy to do that. I don't mind. I'll do that publicly on the show if that's what she wants. I'll be happy to. As I say, I don't have any pride left, folks. If I ever had very much, I don't have any left. I have been stripped. I think every ungodly lie that can be told about a man has been told about me at least a dozen times. And you know, and some of it was done by people that I know personally, and I just don't understand how they can sit there and say lies like they did, but they did. But I will tell you this, and I can say this before my Creator, I have never violated the trust of the people of this nation, not once. I've lost friends because I refused to do that. I've never taken a bribe, and I have been offered some very big ones to walk away from this. I've told most of you before that I've been offered. I was offered at one time $1 trillion to walk away from this process, and I refused it, knowing that I would likely be killed because I did. And they did try, but God had my back. I've not violated my oath to the people of this republic, and I have not lied to the people of this republic. I've told them the absolute truth as I was given. The information that I passed on to you, I was given, and I relayed it to you as I received it. Some of it was wrong. I'll admit that. Some of it was didn't turn out the way I was told it was going to turn out. But I gave it to you with sincerity and honesty, and I can't help that somebody told me wrong. I believed the people at the time, and I relayed it to you because I was told it was true. Some things weren't, and I admit that. But it was not done in order to defraud the public. It was not done in an attempt to deceive anybody. And I'll stand before my Maker, and He'll verify that one day. I've never lied to the people. I've had my words twisted an awful lot, but I've never told you a lie. Don't intend to start today. If I don't keep my integrity before God, and you don't keep your integrity before God, this republic does not have a snowball's chance in Hades. That's one thing we have got to protect, is our integrity with God and with each other. And we've got to stand and support each other and bring unity to this republic if we intend to survive. And with that, I'll go ahead and yield. I get to want to preach to everybody, but I'll yield the floor, Robert.
So, President Tim, here's a question that came in on the internet that I think kind of touches on what you're saying. It says, has Tim Turner been cleared from those accusations that are circulating around? In Minnesota, there are active members in the Republic who are looking at a different avenue. I think it is because they haven't got concrete answers from what is happening, and the Republic is not moving fast enough to stop the evil de facto from doing other acts against us. I do not want to see good members be conned into something they will regret later. Do you know what I'm saying? This is from Terrence Jaros in Minnesota.
Yes, and I appreciate the question, and I feel for the people in Minnesota as well. They're going through some terrible things as well. The fact that it was coming down on them and treating them pretty bad in a lot of cases, and I'm aware of that. I pray for the people every day that God will help them get through these times, because it is tough times. As far as me being cleared, let me just say this, that 10 months ago I opened an open investigation. And I notified Terry and notified Tom Galletley, and I notified some folks in California that were making all these accusations that the investigation was being opened and they could put any evidence that they wanted in that investigation. I asked all of the governors publicly, and some of you might have heard this, but I publicly asked all of the governors to bring forward 3 names. Select any 3 names from your state, and I want you to submit that to the Supreme Court, to Nathan Peace, the Chief Justice. And I wanted the Congress, from the House and the Senate, to select members that could go and get with the Supreme Court, and they could actually do a drawing of these names to select, put them in a hat, put them in a bag, shake them up, draw out the names of a grand jury. And I wanted that documented by affidavit and witnesses from both sides of Congress, that it was done that way. I asked them to look at all the evidence that they've received in this case and turn it over to the grand jury and let the grand jury make a determination. And I ordered every single one of them, and they'll verify this. I said, I don't want one thing covered up. I want everything that you get exposed publicly and told to the people about me. Whether I'm guilty, whether I'm innocent, I said I want it told. I don't want you to cover up anything. And that's exactly what I told the court, the House, and the Senate members that were involved. And I think that they would verify that. To this day, 10 months later, not one document of evidence has been filed in that case. Not one.